In this video, I am going to show you 3 different ways of how you can sync up your audio, separate audio that is, to your video, whatever video you've made with your audio. I'm going to show you 3 different ways. One is in manual, how to do it manually, and 2 are automatic. So with that, if you like this content, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you any money whatsoever. And if you like my video, give me a thumbs up. So let's get on with it. Right, I have 2 videos plus an audio. So my 2 videos have audio on them as well. And my audio is from my Zoom H6, which is just a recorder. It's an audio recorder. It doesn't do no video or nothing else, just records audio. So this is from my GH5, really good camera by the way. Not perfect, but still really good. And then we have my camcorder, this baby here. A good camera. Works, does everything you want it to do. Don't knock camcorders because they are very good as well. And my audio, so this is my audio. You notice it is a lot longer, and the reason for that is because I've trimmed up these 2 but not this one here. So I'm just going to quickly cut down a bit. So we're going to trim up down here just a little bit to get it nearer so it's not too big. As you can see, it's massive at the moment. So ripple cut, that's what's called ripple cut. Again, it is too big, and let's have a little playback. So I'm going to put it here just so we can have a listen.
One of the ways to sync up your
right, whenever I'm doing the record, so it's all out of sync, yeah. Right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to sync them all up. So this is the manual version of doing it first. This is how I used to do it, and it works really well. Don't get me wrong. So one of the reasons you might see a clapper, if you don't know what a clapper is that thing when they go, take 1, roll it, camera, action, you know, that's a clapper. What I do, or what I used to do, and I still do it actually, is clap, like you can see in the video. So that gives a spike of sound, this little baby here. These are spikes, or that's what I call them anyway. So I'm going to line these 2 up first, get them as close as you can. You might need to make it easier to see by doing that. So that looks pretty good. Them 2 look spot on, yeah? And this one we've got to find out where it is. It's back here somewhere. So it'd be right back here. That's probably it there. Let's make that a little bit smaller. So that looks like it might be there. So let's have a look. Yeah, it looks about right. So bring it in. That looks pretty good to me. Let's have a listen. Now they all sound similar, all sound exactly the same now. So I'm going to mute 2 of them. So these 2 here have been muted, so you can just hear this one. See that? And let's have a listen to a bit of sound of me talking.
And the reason you do that, because you will get a spike.
So it doesn't sound very good.
And that is quite an easy way to sync it all up.
So I'm going to mute that one, unmute that one, so you can have another listen. This would be for this camera now.
And the reason you do that, because you will get a spike. And that is quite an easy.
Doesn't sound very good, does it? Now let's have a listen to my dedicated audio. Again.
And the reason you do that, because
so it's far superior. So that's why you might want to consider using separate audio recorder for doing your sound, because it's totally different. So that is working perfectly. So what I'd normally do, I'm going to quickly show you what I'd normally do. Whatever the smallest width is where I put them to. So pull this into that one. Actually, pull that into that one now. Pull that back. So that's all in line. And then I'd pull this all the way back to there, and this one into there. And then what I would normally do is right click, highlight, right click, unlink them, and then I would delete them 2 and put that in place. And I would link these 2 up together. So that would be the sound for them. Oh, got to unmute it. Don't forget to unmute it. It does help.
And that is quite an easy way to sync it all up. So you just look for the
so that audio is now synced to that. Yes. So if I move it out of the way,
spikes.
because I do 3 claps, it's all synced to that as well. So that is one way of doing it. If you want to do it in a manual mode, that is how you do it. It's quite easy to do, and it's all synced up. So I'm going to delete that now. So that's gone. Start again. And I'm going to delete this just in case it interferes. I don't think it will. And we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to do an auto sync, and we're going to see what happens. I'm not even going to edit the audio like I did just a minute ago. So that is from the GH5, that is from the camcorder, and my audio. Like I said, we're not going to edit it because I want to see what happens. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a bit more space. Bring it over here a bit more, like so. And so the way you do it, you highlight it, yeah, like that. Right click on it, anywhere you like on it. And then you go to audio align clip or clips, and you go to based on waveform. Click on that. Oh, it's done autosave. Typical. Click on that, and it should line up. There you go. So we're going to test it. So I've got all this extra. So we're going to test it right now. If I can find it again. There it goes. Don't forget, I haven't edited the audio. Could have made it a lot smaller. One of the ways to sync up audio is to do claps. And that sounds pretty good to me. So again, what I would do normally is I'll move the others to make them all the same length. Like so. So we'll listen. So they should all be nicely synced up, which may be a little bit out, but you're never going to notice it unless you're some sort of professional. You can see it's a little bit out, yeah? But let me just show you how good it is. So I'm going to turn off the audio that came with the videos and just play the bottom one. And the reason you do that, because you will get a spike. See, can't tell no difference, can you, whatsoever. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to move that back so we can see. And that is quite an easy way to sync it all up. So you just look for the 3 spikes. It looks perfect, doesn't it? It's only a little bit out. No one's really going to notice. You've got to be some sort of special, I don't know what, audio engineer to notice any difference. So no need to worry about it. But if you wanted to adjust it, you can. You just go in there manually like I just showed you earlier. And you can go in there and just fine tune it if it really bothers you. So this one here looks a bit too far, so you can just move like that. If you're getting it though it's jumping like that, you need to turn the magnet off, this little baby here, and it will give you more options. So there you go, and then you can turn that back on again. The magnet, basically, it helps you to lock this in place. So when you put it back or put it forward and you want to get it in line with something else, it will just snap into place. Like so. Move that back to the size it was. And the reason you do that, because you will get a spike. So that's how you do it. So that is 2 ways of doing it, either manually or automatic. I do use automatic now. It's a lot easier, it's a lot quicker. And sometimes I do use manual because I've just got used to doing it manually. And now I'm going to show you the 3rd way, and it's slightly different. So what I'm going to do is delete all this because it's a little bit different, and I have tested it already and it doesn't work very well. So go back to my media. I'm using the original, so these are full length ones because I have experimented and it doesn't work very well. But I'm going to show you how this one works. So you have your audio, original audio, you have your 2 videos, and what you need to do, they will not sync up if you try and do all 3, you will just get totally confused. So again, hold down the control, left click, and we're going to do left click. This is on my GH5. And then right click, go down to auto sync audio, and we have 2 options. We either have based on waveform or based on waveform and append track. But basically what that means, if you go for that one, it will leave the original audio on there and also sync your new audio with it as well. So we're going to try that one out first. It might work, it might not. This is a bit iffy, this one. So that is done. So unhighlighted by clicking anywhere, and then drag just the video down, and you have 2 formats or 2 audios. See that? Now, hopefully, that is synced that up. So I'm going to go down to the end somewhere, because that was the bit we was listening to earlier. So down here, and there is the audio. So it should be roughly about there. That looks about right. So that's the original, which is this baby here. So right click, we're going to delete this one. Click on links. So we've unlinked. Click anywhere outside, and we're going to delete that. So that is gone. So now we are just using the audio from my audio device. And I'm going to have another listen. And the reason I do that works perfectly. I can sync up the audio if I want to do it manually. And most of the time I do it manually. See, you like that? Yeah, that's pretty good. So now I'm going to show you on the other one, which is the camcorder. It should work the same, but like I said, it's not guaranteed. These things can go wrong. Only on this part though. The other bits seem to work really, really well. Slightly goes out a little bit. That is it. So again, highlight the audio, hold control down and select the top one. So we've got them two now to sync up. Right click and auto sync audio. Again, you've got a choice of two, but we're going to use the waveform this time, the waveform, this one here. So it's syncing it up. And hopefully it's done. Again, click somewhere so it's unhighlighted and just drag this down. So now we have a single one. Right, let's go to the very end again, where we was. Round about, I think it was there. And the reason you do that, because you will get a spike. And perfect. That is how you do it. 3 easy ways of doing it. This way is probably the hardest way because it doesn't always work. And if you have multi videos and once audio sync and you want to sync it all up together, I would recommend the second way or even the first way if you don't mind doing it manually. It doesn't take 5 minutes to do it. It's really easy to do, and it works really well, manually or automatic. This way is probably the hardest. The easiest way is like I just showed you. Let's get rid of that, which is, take them all down, put them all down there, like that, one on top of the other, like that, and then highlight them, right click, go to auto align clip, waveform, and job done. And that should be pretty close. And that's all free. It is that easy. So if you found this video informative, please consider subscribing because it does help the channel to grow. And if you like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you didn't, give me the thumbs down and please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. It's free. Doesn't cost any money.